In 1579, towards the end of the Sengoku period, Oda Nobunaga was the most powerful man in Japan. He oversaw the biggest army, and he had proven himself to be a brilliant tactician in his masterful victory over his arch-rivals, the Takeda clan, in the Battle of Nagashino. Since then, he had continued his efforts to consolidate the majority of Japan under his rule. But there was a small province right in the middle of Nobunaga's fiefdom that had escaped his grasp. Since 1573, the people of Iga province had established themselves as a self-governing republic, refusing to let themselves be governed by anyone, including the powerful Nobunaga. So, how could such a small group of people maintain their independence over the most powerful daimyo in the country, you ask? Well, the people of this province were no ordinary people. Indeed, they were the legendary ninja of the Iga clan. To understand the Iga clan, one needs to know the geography of their province, which was surrounded by steep mountain ranges that could only be traversed through established passes. This natural protection enabled the Iga clan to cultivate their unique society unfettered, despite being surrounded by the constant warring of the Sengoku period. Included in their pursuits were egalitarian beliefs, unheard of in feudal Japan, and their combination of Shinto and Buddhist religions. And perhaps most importantly, they were able to develop and train in their Iga-ryu ninjutsu, which was their own unique ninja or shinobi set of skills. Ninjutsu skills included martial arts, espionage, surveillance, deception, and subterfuge. It would be just a matter of time before the forces of Nobunaga would tragically encounter those skills firsthand. These hostilities would span 2 years and would become known as the Tensho-Iga War. The Tensho-Iga War would start in 1578, when Nobunaga's son, the ambitious Nobukatsu, had had enough of the Iga clan's defiance and decided to build a castle called Maruyama, which would serve as a support base for attacks into Iga clan territory. It's probable that Nobukatsu did not take the Iga clan seriously as a fighting force because they were mockingly referred to as the peasant samurai by Edo bureaucrats who, by the way, had never actually met them in person. The Iga clan swiftly launched an assault on Maruyama Castle. Nobukatsu's forces, who were led by Takigawa Kazumasu, were caught completely off guard. The surprise attack left Kazumasu's men in disarray and they took heavy casualties. This incident provoked a strong reaction of shame and anger from Nobukatsu. Driven by his fury and a desire for revenge, he meticulously planned an attack on the Iga clan in October of 1579. Nobukatsu divided his forces into 3 groups, each of which would attack through a separate pass. His main battalion of 8,000 men advanced through the Nagano Pass. The other 2 smaller divisions moved through the Aoyama passes. All 3 factions were ambushed as they crossed their respective passes. Despite a collective retreat, Nobukatsu's forces continued to suffer horrific losses. The Iga clan were relentless and ruthless in chasing down the retreating army. This campaign, later named the First Tensho War, was incredibly humiliating to the Nobunaga. Nobunaga Oda was particularly livid that he was not consulted before the attack. Forces from the army of the most powerful leader in all of Japan had been annihilated. Nobunaga had to respond in force or forever lose face. His ultimate retaliation would lead to the Second Tensho War and the near end of the Iga clan. But the Iga clan would survive and soon go on to become part of the Edo Castle Guard for none other than Tokugawa Ieyasu himself. For that tale, stay tuned for part 2 of our Tensho War series, and please subscribe to our Samurai Odyssey channel if you haven't already. And until the next time, sayonara.